I was watching Star Trek earlier, and I heard Captain Kirk mention something about warp speed. He was referring to a way of achieving faster than light travel, which is technically impossible considering the cosmic speed limit of any mass is the speed of light. Going any faster would require infinite energy. This is because of Einstein's special theory of relativity, but we can get around it using his general theory of relativity, which states that space and time together are one connected fabric known as spacetime. John Wheeler concisely summarizes this idea by saying, space-time tells matter how to move, matter tells space-time how to curve. Just like a ship falling into a whirlpool, planets orbit stars because they create a sort of funnel in space-time, which planets are pulled into. The Mexican physicist and Star Trek lover Alcubierre constructed a theoretical warp drive that exploits this warp ability. Instead of moving through space-time, it moves space-time around it. But there's a catch. This warp drive also requires something rather exotic matter. More specifically, negative matter, which is the exact opposite of normal matter. Instead of attracting mass, it repels it. Instead of contracting space-time, it expands it. Plugging this into the mass-energy equivalence equation, we get negative energy. Putting this all together, Alcubierre's warp drive works by using normal energy to contract spacetime in front of the ship and negative energy to expand spacetime behind the ship. Now let's say you were planning a trip to Proxima Centauri, the closest star in our proximity. After you hop in your starship and take off, you decide you want to take it easy and enjoy the trip. So you coast at the measly speed of light. It would only take you about 4.2 years to arrive, which is short considering it would take Voyager 1, one of the fastest man-made spacecraft, over 73,000 years to complete the journey. Warp drives aren't only useful for cutting down on vacation travel times. Empty spacetime is expanding, causing all distant galaxies to appear as if they're accelerating away in every direction faster than light. Warp speed may be humanity's only way of ever exploring the full extent of the universe. While exciting, a truly faster-than-light warp drive, Alcubierre's drive, is still out of grasp. Negative mass is super difficult to create and find, if it even exists at all, and the amount of normal mass needed is equivalent to that of Jupiter, which ends up being a ton of energy. Despite these seemingly impossible hurdles, progress has been made. Alcubierre's warp drive has recently been expanded upon, and there have been several new papers published declaring breakthroughs in possible physical warp drives that travel under the speed of light and don't break any laws of physics, which is a plus. Some of these drives have decreased the amount of normal matter needed significantly, and have eliminated the need for negative matter entirely. But even so, small amounts of negative energy have been created. Nevertheless, the warp drive that exists in Star Trek may still seem more like a distant hope rather than a forthcoming reality. However, with enough curiosity and innovation, we might just catch up to science fiction. Until then, live long and prosper.